You think you have time. You think life is waiting for you. That somehow the universe is holding your spot, keeping your dreams on reserve, like the world owes you something. It doesn't. You made your choice. You wasted your days scrolling, sleeping in, waiting for motivation to magically strike. You fed yourself the same tired lies. I'll start tomorrow. I'll get serious next week. I just need the right moment. Every second you hesitated, the world kept moving. Opportunities closed, doors locked, people moved on. And you stayed the same. Stuck, weak, watching from the sidelines, wondering why life feels so unfair. You chose this. Every ounce of pain, every regret, every failure, it's all on you. You weren't robbed, you weren't cheated, you did this. The nights you said, one more episode instead of working on your craft. The mornings you hit snooze while your competition was grinding. The reps you skipped, the calls you ignored, the discipline you abandoned. You built this prison, brick by brick, choice by choice. And now you want sympathy? You want someone to tell you it's not your fault? No. No more lies, no more pity, no more excuses. You made your choice, and now you face the consequences. Look at your life. Look at your body, your bank account, your skills, your mind. Are you proud? Or do you feel that pit in your stomach, that sickness creeping in, that gut-wrenching realization that you could have been more, that you should have been more? Good. Feel it. Let it burn. Let it sear into your soul. Because this is your reckoning. The moment where you finally own the truth. You are exactly where you deserve to be. Success wasn't stolen from you. Strength didn't run away from you. Discipline didn't abandon you. You turned your back on them. And now, reality is here to collect its debt. The world doesn't care about your excuses. Life doesn't care about your feelings. You either rise or you rot. So tell me, what's it gonna be? Because nobody is coming to save you. You feel that weight on your chest, that suffocating pressure. Good. That's the truth finally catching up to you. No more running, no more distractions, no more pretending. You want to know why you're losing? Why you're stuck? Why your life is a reflection of everything you swore you'd never become? Because you let it happen. Nobody stole your potential. Nobody reached into your chest and ripped out your discipline. You handed it over. Piece by piece. Inch by inch. Every time you let yourself off the hook, every time you took the easy way out, every time you chose comfort over growth, you were given a mind, a body, a shot at this life. And what did you do with it? You let it waste. You let it rot. You let the fire inside you dim until all that's left is smoke and regret. And now, when the consequences show up, when the world slaps you in the face with your own weakness, you want to cry? You want to scream that it's unfair? No, you don't get to do that. Fairness doesn't exist. Justice doesn't exist, only results. And right now, your results are screaming the truth you don't want to hear. You were not good enough. You didn't work hard enough. You didn't push yourself far enough. And life, it doesn't care. Look around. Look at the winners. Look at the ones who built themselves into warriors while you were busy chasing distractions. Did they have it easier than you? Were they born into discipline, handed greatness on a silver platter? No. They did what you refused to do. They suffered when you escaped. They worked when you rested. They sharpened their minds while you dulled yours. And now, they are strong and you are weak. They are standing on top while you are gasping for air, drowning in your own choices. Let that sink in. Feel the burn. Let the shame crawl up your spine. Let it rip you apart. Because until you accept this truth, until you stop hiding behind your own delusions, you will never change. There are no shortcuts. There is no mercy. Either you rise or you break. And now we're here. The edge. The moment where most people break. Where you break. You feel it, don't you? That sickening realization that everything you've done up until now has led you to this exact moment. The weight of every wasted second, every missed opportunity, every excuse. It's all sitting on your chest, crushing you. And for the first time, you can't escape it. You can't shove it down. You can't drown it in distractions. It's here, and it's real. This is your life, right here, right now. No fantasies, no alternate realities where you could have been great. Just this, the body you built, the mind you forged, the skills you sharpened or refused to sharpen. And what do you see? Be honest. What do you see when you stand alone, stripped of every excuse, every illusion? Do you see a warrior, or do you see a coward? This is it. This is the moment you decide if you keep lying to yourself, or if you finally face the truth head on. Because here's the reality. You are not special. The world doesn't owe you a damn thing. Success, strength, discipline, these things aren't given. They are earned. And you haven't earned them. You've lived your life as if you have time to waste. You don't. You've acted like opportunities will always be there. They won't. You've convinced yourself that your potential means something. It doesn't. Potential is worthless. Results are all that matter. And right now, your results prove one thing. You have not been enough. Sit with that. Feel it dig into your bones. Feel your stomach turn as you finally see what you've become. This is your breaking point. The moment where everything inside you either shatters or ignites. Because here's the truth. Weakness is not a condition. It's a choice. And you've been choosing it your whole life. But now you have another choice. A brutal, merciless, life-defining choice. Stay broken or rebuild. No more dreams, no more hopes, no more some days. Right here, right now, you decide, will you rise or will you stay exactly where you are? Rotting in the grave you dug for yourself. Enough. Enough! You've spent enough time drowning in regret. Enough time wishing things were different. Enough time wishing things were different. Enough time wishing they never told you. Pain is not your enemy, is your weapon. All your suffering, the nights of self-loathing, the mornings filled with disgust, the shame that has wrapped itself around your spine and crushed you into submission. This is not your curse. This is your fuel. Most people run from pain. They numb it, they hide from it, they bury it beneath distractions and lies. But not you. Not anymore. Today you do what the weak refuse to do. You face it, you embrace it, you use it. Because every ounce of suffering, every scar, every moment you spent at rock bottom, they are not your shackles. They are the fire that will forge something new. You were weak, but weakness is a choice. And you are done choosing it. No more waiting, no more hoping, no more looking to the world for some sign, some permission, some golden opportunity to change. You are the opportunity. You are the sign. You are the only permission you will ever need. Understand this. Discipline is not a feeling. It is a decision. You don't wait for motivation. You don't wait for the right moment. You move. You act. You destroy the version of yourself that kept you caged. The moment you commit, fully, relentlessly, without hesitation, you are untouchable. The world can throw its worst at you and it won't matter. Pain won't stop you. Fear won't stop you. Failure won't stop you. Because once you make the choice, the real choice, you become unstoppable. So, what's it going to be? Another day of regret? Another excuse? Another lie? Or do you finally rise? Because this is it. The point of no return. The fire is burning and there are only two options left. Step in or stay weak. You feel it now, don't you? That shift. That fire crawling up your spine, that surge in your chest like a caged beast finally ripping through the bars. This is power. This is control. This is you becoming what you were always meant to be. Because the moment you stop making excuses, the moment you stop hesitating, the moment you stop letting weakness infect your mind, you become a weapon. And weapons don't complain, they don't doubt. They don't hesitate, they strike. You don't wake up wondering how you feel. You wake up and you move. You don't check if motivation has arrived, you act. You don't wait for the right conditions, you create them. Because you finally understand discipline is freedom. The discipline to push when your body screams to stop. The discipline to rise when everything in you wants to stay down. The discipline to embrace suffering, to welcome the struggle, to meet resistance with an iron will and a ruthless mind. Most people live their lives like candles in the wind, flickering, fragile, afraid of every passing storm. But not you. You are not a candle. You are the fire. And fire doesn't ask for permission. Fire doesn't care about circumstances. Fire doesn't wait for the perfect moment. Fire consumes everything in its path. That is what you are now, an unstoppable force. Because pain doesn't stop you anymore. It fuels you. Failure doesn't cripple you anymore, it sharpens you. Fear doesn't control you anymore, it bows before you. You are not the same person you were yesterday. That version of you is gone, buried, burned to ash. And from that ash, something new has risen. Something unbreakable, something untouchable, something relentless. This is your moment. The moment you stop asking, stop waiting, stop hoping, and start taking. Because the world is yours to conquer. And now, nothing can stop you. Now you know. Now you see it. There is no way back. You either rise, or you stay exactly where you are, rotting in the excuses, drowning in the weakness you swore you'd escape. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to drag you out of bed, force you to push harder, rip the weakness out of your mind. It's you. It has always been you. The question is, do you finally accept that? Because this world does not care about your excuses. It does not care about your feelings. It does not care about the pain, the struggle, the late nights where you swore you'd change. It only cares about one thing. What you do next. This moment, right here, right now, is the line in the sand, the point where everything you've been, everything you've done, gets left behind. Or you stay the same. You keep rotting. You keep suffocating under the weight of your own weakness. You keep watching others rise while you stand there, paralyzed, useless, forgotten. You think that's dramatic? Look at the ones who never changed. Look at the men who once had fire in their eyes but let it burn out. Look at the people who wasted their lives waiting, hoping, hesitating. And now it's too late. Their time is gone, their chances are gone, and if you don't move, yours will be too. So I'll ask you one last time, are you ready to burn your weakness to the ground, to take control with an iron will, to forge yourself into something unbreakable? Or are you going to sink back into the darkness? Because there is no in-between. No more talking, no more thinking, no more waiting. You rise now, or you never do. This is it. The last breath before the war. The last second before the leap. The last moment before everything changes. You have two choices. Only two. Step forward and become what you were always meant to be. Or step back and remain exactly what you are, a prisoner to your own weakness. There is no middle ground, no safety net, no second chances. Only now, only this. Because when this moment passes, when this fire fades, when the weight of comfort comes crawling back, you will either be standing on the battlefield or buried beneath it. No more time, no more waiting. No more lies. The old you is standing on the edge of the abyss, staring into the fire, hands shaking, heart pounding. And now, you push them in. Burn it all. Burn the weakness. Burn the hesitation. Burn the version of yourself that settled for less, that tolerated mediocrity, that spent years whispering, maybe tomorrow. There is no tomorrow, only now. You are the storm. You are the fire. You are the war. And this world, it belongs to those who refuse to kneel. So kneel or rise.